Alafia, it's Iyanifa Owini Adina Dulusimi, and I am an Iyanifa, Diaspora Death Doula, Certified Master Life Coach, Reiki Master, and Ordained Minister. And I wanted to do an About Me video. And I was like, what do I actually want to say? So I actually asked a few folks to ask me some questions about what are the things they wanted to know. Considering why this work is important, it's a lot. So for me, the way that I see it is, how do we reclaim that which was taken from our ancestors? How do we reclaim that? How do we see the oneness in all things? In all things. How do we begin to see the oneness in all things? How do we begin to heal not only ourselves, but our community and our land? It is not lost upon me that this is not a path for everyone. And so a lot of times I find myself being egregiously humbled that it's a path that I get to walk. Initiation is not for everyone. Initiation is not for everyone, because everyone's not meant to be a priest. So it's not for everyone. There may be ceremonies and things that can be for your wellness, but initiation is not for everyone. And for me, the work is not about getting someone to initiate. That's actually not what the work is about. The work is about getting someone to themselves and getting them to align to the favorite parts of their destiny. It's not that they won't experience something that's going to irritate them, piss them off, make them angry, make them sad. That's not what it is. But to get them to where they feel like their life is a highlight reel of overall wellness. And being able, for some reason I got like the alley-oop from Spirit. Like being able to catch them alley-oops from Spirit and being in a space where they are mentally, emotionally, physically well. Taking the time to rediscover or discover for the first time who they are, and then using that information to then move forward. See, it's not just about learning who you are. It's about then what do you do with that information? Because that's the most important part of this practice, is the self-work. The most important part is not the initiation, because everyone's not meant to initiate. The most important part is not the initiation, because everyone is not meant to initiate. It doesn't mean they're not meant for the practice. It means they're not meant to be a priest, an awo, an iyanifa, about awo of the practice. They are meant to be a devotee within the tradition. And that's why I say the medicine of Ifa can be for everyone. That next level work isn't for everyone. But the medicine of the principles of Ifa, the medicine on how to live a lifestyle like someone who's in the practice, that medicine is for everyone. Being able to say every day I'm going to venerate my Ori, and realizing that when you're venerating your Ori, you're venerating yourself. Ori is you. It's the totality of who you are. That is, to me, just a life-changing thing. Like being able to get messages for someone who all I did was send them Ori prayers, and them be able to see immediate changes simply by honoring their Ori. Just their Ori. And understanding that your Ori is not just simply the head of your body, but the head of your existence. Like appeasing your Isheshe, Olodumare, Ori, God, Ori. God, then you. You're the one that makes the choices. You're the one that chooses your path. You are the one, Eshu's got the keys, but you're the one that picks out which one you're going to use. Ogun it has that machete, but he hands it to you and just helps you with your swing. Like, you are the one. You are, as my godmother would say, you are the most complicated ritual and the most powerful spiritual tool. And Isheshe emboldens you to live like that. It emboldens you to live that way. And when you're able to live that way, you can do things like realizing that you are meant to do work that produces tangible results. You learn that part of your cosmic blueprint. You're meant to do work that produces tangible results, but you've been doing work where you can't see the tangible results. Now you know you need to pivot in some way. Now you need to shift. And what are the practical things that you can do? How can spirit help you shift? And then what are also the practical things you can do in order to shift? Learning how to lean in. So for example, I have a client who's trying to get her business back up, and she heard what I said about ChatGPT. And so she followed my advice about ChatGPT and booked a divination about what she got from ChatGPT. And then what we did is we divined on what she got from ChatGPT. And what was really cool was the Odu that she got, because in the Odu, the first thing it says is like, this man is a farmer and he's trying to see if he could be successful at the work that he's doing. And Ifa says, yes, you'll be successful, but you need to expand your farm. And in this particular situation, she had been made an offer. She was doing this one type of work, and there was an adjacent work that kept showing up in her birth chart, because that's the work that we did together. She learned how to look at her birth chart and see what kind of work that she could potentially be doing. So she saw this work showing up and it was resonating. And then shortly thereafter, someone asked her about doing something that is in this particular realm. And this was not something that she had considered. So now she sees it's in her cosmic blueprint. And now she's gotten this confirmation from Ifa, like, yes, expand your farm. Your business will be successful. You need to expand it in some way. You need to broaden your scope of what you're doing. So then we were able to divine on the things like pricing and things like that she got from ChatGPT. Now that we've confirmed everything, she knows the offerings to give to making sure that this is successful. And she's excited. That's why this work is important. This work is important because when someone had a family member transition recently, and I was asked, what can we do to help her? And so in real time, I was just like, we're going to go ahead and send some energy her way, because I'm a death doula. I'm a death doula and I'm a Reiki master. Those two things go together. So we were all gathered, and we took that opportunity while we were together to do some work for a member of our community, to uplift them. That's why this work is important. Being able to hear people say that they have discovered things about themselves, that they have fallen back in love with themselves, that they have healed their relationship with the Most High, is why this work is important. Seeing people venerating and elevating ancestors, doing things to check to see, and seeing that the ancestors that once needed elevation have been elevated. That is not only healing for this lineage, it's healing for this land. It's healing for our overall community. So that's some of the reasons why this work is important to me. So if you feel like you need support in any of these areas, by all means, feel free to send me a DM. Go to my website, NiyahShalom, and let's talk about how this work can be supportive to you in your life. Thanks for the question. Odapo.